to share. And now we're going to go into our lunations. I am so excited for the lunations in May. I am a huge sucker for Scorpio energy. So this total lunar eclipse in Scorpio is happening May 15th at 18:14 Hawaii Standard Time. That is 6:14 if you do not use military time. And that is occurring at 25 degrees, 18 minutes. This moon, this lunar eclipse that we've got going on is going to be squaring Saturn, conjunct the nodes, and Mars will be conjunct Neptune, which will trine the moon and sextile the sun. It's going to be a big one. We're going to get into it here in just a second. I'm super excited. And then we have, following that, the new moon in Gemini. That will be May 30th at 1:30 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time, 9 degrees of Gemini, 3 minutes. And this is also a very interesting, intricate moon. Mercury is busy during this moon, busy during his retrograde. But there's really no aspects to the moon happening. So it's really all of these outer players having these aspects with each other. Mars conjunct Jupiter, and then you can see here Mercury's just doing all kinds of things. So let's get into the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Here is the beautiful chart for the moon. As you can see over here, we have the sun at 25 degrees, 18 minutes of Taurus, directly opposing the moon in Scorpio at 25 degrees, 18 minutes. This is a lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse that you will be able to see if you are within parts of North America. You can Google it if you're going to be able to see any part of it and when that might be active. The Oracle is your best place to get that information. And I've really dubbed this moon the adulting moon, because any way that you look at this, it's adulting energy. It's being seriously responsible with your energy, with what you're doing. It's all about values. It's all about your boundaries. It's being like super intentional, intense with your intentions, what you're working forward to. Life changes are happening. This is the South Node, things that we are transitioning out of, and it is in Scorpio, so it's deep and a lot about, again, the boundaries. So let's take a look a little deeper here with this sun and this moon. The big key point with this is this sun and moon is making a square to our lovely friend Saturn down here. 24 degrees, 56 minutes. So we're about a degree off of an exact square. And Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius. So we are getting a serious dose of responsibility with this moon. And that responsibility is coming in the 3D. Again, we're leaving Wonderland. Wonderland, this 5D work it will always be there, but the energies are transitioning to really support us in the 3D right now. So this Scorpio energy is this node and this moon in Scorpio is really bringing up from the depths. That's Scorpio, digs in, goes down deep, brings up from the depths of our being something that we need to be aware of. The South Node is, again, what we transition out of and move on from, is assisting in that process. And that as that process, happens, we are being asked to connect into the sun, the Taurus energies of simplicity, that the Taurus love of clarity. And so thinking about the lunar eclipse, we need to hone in on these connective energies of Taurus, the simplicity and clarity, but we have to do it without the light showing us the way. Remember, this is an eclipse. The sun is not present during this time. only our faith in our connection to spirit. So knowing that the sun is there, knowing that it will come out again, knowing that the moon will move on, knowing that the process will happen, that's what's going to help us move through, let go, take what resonates, leave what does not. Whatever the themes are coming up for you in your individual journey, that is how we're going to move through these energies, is in that faith and trust that the Taurus energies of simplicity, of clarity, and just keeping it down, keeping it as simple as possible, are going to help us transition. And whatever that awareness that we're getting can be released and let go of through that process. And part of that process is where our values come in from. Keeping it simple and keeping it clear, keeping it adult, is aligning with our values. So if you're being asked to move on from something, how you can keep that simple and clear is, okay, this is what's coming up for me. This is what I'm being made aware of. Is that in line with my values as they stand today? We have been doing a lot of value work over the last couple of months. And this is where we can start to take those values as we've been in this, kind of 5D area, really connecting to our higher self, our destiny path, our consciousness, and be able to bring that now into the 3D to say, all right, I know where I'm going. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what my values are. Now, does these things that are being drugged up for me, do they align with this? No. Okay, bye. See you later. Actually, part of that I really liked because it does align with this. So I'm going to keep this, but I'm going to let that part go. Great. That's awesome. And as our values, our challenge, that's Saturn square, we need to be intense with our intentions. So Saturn is going to say, okay, Scorpio, you brought this to awareness. Okay, you're looking at this from your value perspective. Now I'm going to challenge you. Do you mean it? Is that really what you want? Is that really who you are? Is that really the things that are happening for you? Is that really what you're trying to become? Are you sure you have the capacity to do that? Speak that shit into existence. Period. Dot. Boundaries. Speak it. Set your intentions with intensity. Saturn being in Aquarius is going to also bring in themes, more than likely, around how this affects others. So be mindful of that. Saturn in Aquarius is asking how what you're doing, your responsibilities, how they tie to the bigger picture and to others. So as you're going through all of this, you're ready and you know you're going to make the change. You've got your intention set. And this little voice or this little moment could happen where it's like, hey, but how is your mom going to feel about that? Hey, how are these friends that you've cultivated and that you really care about? How is that going to go with them? And what we have to do is really understand and set our boundaries and set your grid square. You are the only one that's responsible for you. And that is your only responsibility, is you, which is a Saturn signature. So if others' energies are impeding on you, or if other influences are trying to come in and disrupt what's going on and what you know is right for you, that is absolutely time to exercise your birthright to healthy boundaries. Send that energy back where it belongs, back to its sender, and carry the F on. because you don't need to be dealing. You have big goals. You have intensity with your intentions. You've got responsibilities to yourself, to your destiny, to your purpose that you're trying to fulfill. So really hone in on that. And that, depending again where your placements are, that could be showing up in many different areas of life. So Jupiter, let me see, Jupiter, our friend Jupiter is right here at 1 degrees on the nose of Aries at this time. So we do have support, but it's so new. This support is super new. The support of our expansion, the support of, okay, how can I see this from a me perspective? How can I broaden and have more knowledge and gain more knowledge into things? So like, yes, we're there. He is there. He's going to be bringing in some really wonderful energy, but it's just so new. It might not be clear yet. That expansion and how to shine may not fully be like present and have the ability to hone in on and use. So just to know that. For all my fellow fixed signs, hi, fixed sign here. Our fixed signs are going to be the signs of Taurus, which is right here, Leo, which is up here, Scorpio, and Aquarius. This is big. This is a biggie for us. Especially if you have planets or points anywhere between the degree marks of 22 degrees to 29 degrees. It's a pretty big spread, but that covers the nodes all the way up to, I believe, 25, all the way up to almost that transition of signs. So it covers a really good expanse of energy. This is going to be big. So really think about your energy. Really think about the things that you need to let go of. Go get support if you need it. Break free. Go your own way. Remember, no is a complete sentence. And also, and this I think is just in general for everybody, please also realize that others are experiencing these energies as well, but they may not be as equipped as you are. So grace and non-judgment and nothing but love is really, really a wonderful, wonderful tool as we go through this in pretty intense lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And also, I do have to give a shout out if you are new to the world of boundaries. I'm a huge fan of Melissa, and I believe it's either Urbane or Urban. If I get it wrong, I apologize. Who is the founder of Whole 30s and a boundary badass. She wrote a book on boundaries that's going to be out in October, and I have definitely used and recommended her multiple times. So that link I'll put in the description box along with her IG, where you can find plenty of boundary resources and verbiage suggestions.